Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
My name's Brendan Bale. I recently established the first vegan rugby club. We're called the Green Gazelles Rugby Club, and it's made up of players from all over the world who follow a plant-based lifestyle. And we're UK-based, but anyone can play for us. We're going to travel all over the world, and we're going to hopefully change the perception of veganism, particularly in such a hard-hitting sport that is rugby.
Green Gazelles, the world's first vegan rugby team. Part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Prazer em conhecê-lo means pleased to meet you in Portuguese. Portugal, a sunny, friendly and laid-back country lying on the Iberian Peninsula that borders Spain in southern Europe, is reputed to be one of the most popular tourist destinations. This country is also famous for its legends and its passion for soccer. Cheerful viewers, I'm Diogo. The affable people of Portugal are thankful to God for endowing their country with a diversity of captivating landscapes, from gorgeous Mediterranean beaches with placid waters to pleasant plateaus, scenic mountains and charming towns. May you always find inner pleasure in meditation and encounter love and joy in daily life. Welcome to part 1 of our 2-part series, Green Gazelles, the world's first vegan rugby team. Today, we are delighted to take you to Salisbury, England, to meet Brendan Bale, a passionate rugby player, inspirational sportsman, and founder of the world's first all-vegan international rugby club, the Green Gazelles. Let's find out what rugby is and its origin. The game of rugby is played with 7 or 15 players per team. Rugby players may carry, kick and pass from hand to hand an oval ball to the end zone to score points. Rugby Sevens, commonly known as simply Sevens, is a competition in which teams made up of 7 players compete in 7-minute halves, instead of the usual 15 players playing 40-minute halves. According to sports lore, in 1823, during a soccer game at the rugby school in England, a pupil named William Webb Ellis picked up the ball and ran with it in his arms toward the opposing team's goal, ignoring the defining no-hands rule of soccer. From this seemingly absurd move, the game of rugby football was invented. Rugby school, whose name has been given to the sport, was pivotal in the development of rugby football, and the first rules of the game that became rugby union football were established there in 1845. Whether this story is only entertaining fiction or recounts its true beginnings, today the sport of rugby is played and watched with enthusiasm around the world. Brendan Bale is very thrilled to share with us how his vegan journey began and what led him to found the Green Gazelles Rugby Club in 2018.
My name's Brendan Bale. I recently established the first vegan rugby club. We're called the Green Gazelles Rugby Club, and it's made up of players from all over the world who follow a plant-based lifestyle. And we're UK-based, but anyone can play for us. We're going to travel all over the world, and we're going to hopefully change the perception of veganism, particularly in such a hard-hitting sport that is rugby.
Brendan was in his mid-20s when he discovered the plant-based way of eating. His partner Amy had been suffering from severe back pain due to an injury resulting in a herniated disc. Not being keen on the prospect of having back surgery so early in life, she and Brendan embarked on a fact-finding mission for an alternative solution and came across information on the tremendous anti-inflammatory properties of a healthy plant-based way of eating.
Following like some research, online, we noticed that actually you could turn to an anti-inflammatory diet, and plant-based meals are anti-inflammatory. So we adopted that. Week 1, she felt 10 times better. I supported her with it, and I felt 10 times better, and we just kept on. And then 6 weeks into it, Amy's back injury, completely improved. So she felt amazing, and actually I just felt unbelievable.
Brendan's performance times had improved so much that his passion was ignited to bring this discovery to other players. And soon the idea of founding a vegan rugby club came to life.
And I always like to maybe do a few, like a 1.5 mile run, or, go for a 10K run. My times had massively improved only within 6 weeks. And that for me was the start, and thought, let's step up this and let's create Green Gazelles Rugby Club, combining 2 passions of mine. And so here we are today now with a fully functioning team made of so many amazing, inspirational, motivated people who follow plant-based lifestyles. It's incredible.
Fabulous viewers, we'll now pause for a brief message. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back, enthusiastic viewers. According to their website, greengazellesrugbyclub.com, the Green Gazelles Rugby Club has meanwhile drawn the interest of around 130 men and women from many countries on 6 continents. Although initially not all his teammates and friends embraced the news of his switch to a vegan diet with enthusiasm, soon they could not help but notice the obvious positive changes. Green Gazelles rugby team consists of 7 vegans who play the 7s rugby format, as opposed to the usual 15 team members. In a match, they will have to cover a full-size rugby field, called the pitch. In an online short biographical video on the website A Better Plant-Based Future, which promotes veganism in sports, Brendan shared some facts about the challenges when playing rugby and how veganism affects players' performance.
7s rugby is completely fierce. To be a 7s player, you need to be strong, super fit, agile, and you need to be able to whip that ball left or right. Setting up Green Gazelles Rugby Club has been fantastic, and it's breaking down that stigma associated with players or athletes who follow a plant-based diet.
Brendan had this to say when being asked how a vegan diet can benefit an athlete like him.
Recovery, big thing for me with rugby is you put your body on the line in rugby, and you get some hard hits, you're covering a lot of the field. Having a diet that is fueled through plants, straight from the ground, fresh and healthy, trying to cut out the processed foods, you feel better in your recovery and your ability to perform better on a pitch. Like, to put evidence on that, I play a lot of rugby, and instantly, within the first 2 to 3 weeks, my ability on the pitch massively improved. I felt like I was always there, ready to receive the ball, and I could last longer. Whilst other guys were falling apart after 60 minutes, after a full 80, I was feeling pretty good. So at the age of 29 now, following eating plant-based foods, I feel like my actual performance in sport has greatly improved, which actually I thought it was going to decline the older I go. In terms of injury management, I've always had bad knees. That seems to have gone.
The Green Gazelles Rugby Club also ensures that their clothing and footwear are fully vegan by avoiding any animal byproducts. Their uniforms are also made primarily from bamboo fibers in an effort to become as eco-friendly as possible. For Brendan, switching to a vegan diet wasn't just about healthier eating, as he said in an interview with foodmanufacturer.co.uk.
For me, if there's two options, one is better for the environment and stops animals from dying, I'd pick the option that does less harm.
Kind-hearted viewers, we end our program today with a quote from our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai, who has relentlessly devoted her life to help the world awaken.
When we live our lives with a vegan diet, we send out a powerful statement that we want life, and so we will beget life and protection to continue with our life. If we become vegan as an individual, we can remedy the disasters that otherwise might affect us personally. The world can be what we make it to be, and we will make it a vegan world, a compassionate world, a peaceful world, and a safe world.
Kind-hearted viewers, thank you for your company today. Coming up next is Synchronize with Heaven for a Better World, Part 2 of 3, on Between Master and Disciples, right after Noteworthy News. May you have a blessed day and help make it great for those you encounter.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Нашите предавания предлагат много езици. Моля вижте suprememastertv.com/schedule и suprememastertv.com/VEG.